3-4 hour parade. So what came after that is that we were thinking about giving away Tootsie Rolls, throwing them out to kids in the parade route, some kind of candy, right? So we went to the chocolate manufacturers and talked to them about it, and they were all on board. And I went back to the Stampede Parade Committee, and they said, no, we won't allow that, because what if somebody gets hurt? So, that was that. But anyhow, what I've learned...
Because of a rush to the chocolates?
I have no idea what their thinking was. Somebody hit somebody in the eye. I have no idea what it was. But I mean, I respected it, but that's fine. We were going to have, you get four outriders on each wagon riding horses. Yeah. So I was going to have those guys hand it out along the parade route, right? They could ride along the side and do that. But
no problem. Here, we can all get on this, I think. Yeah.
Ian, first of all, please accept my apologies. As I just explained to Jim, I've been quite out of action for the past 2 weeks because of this leg. So my favorite stunt is just to crawl up on the couch and go to sleep and switch off everything.
What happened to your leg?
It's understandable, and there's no need for an apology. That airport in Montreal is such a mess. I'm glad you didn't come, good leg or bad. You realize there were 6 planes unloading baggage on our carousel at the same time? It's a good thing I played lineman for a little bit in high school, because that's the only way I could get through the mess to get my bags off the carousel.
One of those airplanes managed to trap a baggage loader in the airplane, in the baggage hold.
Oh, God.
I heard about that. Never heard how he got trapped.
No.
They said the door just automatically closed on him.
Sorry?
They said on the news, it said the door inadvertently was closed on him.
That's different from automatically.
It doesn't happen automatically. You've actually got to initiate that action. That's bullshit. Yeah. Our premier announced his resignation today.
I saw that.
Yes, I heard that.
He knows he can't win.
Well, his popularity is gusting 0 to 5. Yeah, too many laws. And I think the greatest effect has been on doctors. We've had a tremendous outflow of doctors and nurse practitioners. And that really is unforgivable. And it's for no reason other than they've made the system so complex here that the guys have said, look, that's it. We're out of here.
I don't know if you are concerned or not, but those of us in Alberta don't really care what the rest of Canada happens, because we're not going to be there much longer.
Some think that.
I don't believe that.
Oh, we all hope that.
I don't believe that.
For very small values of all.
I don't believe that. That's rubbish. That holds about as much promise as Greenland.
Oh, I think you're going to be surprised.
Well, I'll be surprised if Alberta does and Greenland does. Then the next thing is Canada makes a bid for Alaska.
Well,
if Russia doesn't ask for it back.
Back during the 1980s Quebec never-endums, I was always hoping that Quebec would separate so we could go too.
Yeah, but where are they going to separate? Because what Trump did was make English the official language of the United States. It's
you powers.
United States never had an official language.
And I saw that about 6 months ago.
It doesn't look like it's charging. Well, it's not, because it's not plugged. I don't know if it reaches.
So I don't know where he's going to go.
If we go that way, I can bring an extension cord.
I think you're going to be surprised by the high number of people that actually vote for it.
Well, Lenny seems pretty loud. Here, unplug that table, pull the extension cord out.
Your premier,
this way.
Rob, your premier is a very admirable individual. She speaks well, but I think what she's trying to do is build leverage.
I believe that too. But I mean, with leverage comes opportunity, right?
We want the orange boy.
But
Unplug
in
the
all
table
honesty, I think
and then
she
pull
goes
the
a little
extension
bit
cord this way.
overboard too.
Plug the table
Rob,
back in
recently-
when we're done.
Rob, just
She-
picture Alberta as an independent province in the center of
I've
Canada.
done that.
And all the international trade agreements, the military agreements, NATO obligations, et cetera, et cetera. Sorry, she's just way out of bounds on that.
He's out of
I don't
bounds
see
on a
that.
number of things, but
You know,
Say again?
Singapore was actually they had a thing about they wanted independence as well from Malaysia, and Malaysia just kicked them out, thinking you'll come calling back. And now Singapore is one of the richest countries in the world, and they have absolutely zero natural resources. It's a country that's smaller than Calgary.
So you're thinking that the same thing's going to happen with Alberta?
Absolutely, I don't see one negative thing about it.
I'm going to have to do another dissertation.
You're going to have to come out and spend some time in Alberta.
It goes in the side, that side.
Yeah, I can walk about 30 feet right now,
Which
and I've
one?
got
front or back?
got a doctor's
I saw
appointment tomorrow morning.
Front two.
I saw in the news where Danielle Smith wants to take away
Good
healthcare and
friends.
education benefits from temporary foreign workers. But I don't agree with that on the healthcare, because if they pay taxes like I do, they should be entitled to
Yeah,
those
I've done
benefits
this a
as
few
well.
times. I just plug it back in when we're done. Nobody's
So
playing. We're good.
Don, this is the first day that I've been able to do my walk without walking on ice and snow. All the sidewalks were nice and clear.
It was a record high temperature, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim said 17.
Yeah.
We're looking at 2 degrees here. We're going to get a drop in temperature. We're going to get rain. So we're going to have freezing rain tomorrow morning. And just going to be interesting. I actually called the Veterans Hospital, or my wife did. She called them and said, sorry, I'm just not going to be able to make it tomorrow morning.
What's wrong with your leg?
I thought I was stronger and younger than I really am. So on
You
the
jumped over an 8-foot wall?
on the 29th of December, I jogged in my pub. And the next morning I woke up and I couldn't walk on that leg. Tore a
wow.
ligament.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Is
it's funny
that-
how we forget how we're aging. I actually needed an ankle replacement on my leg.
An ankle replacement.
Yeah. I'm scheduled for one later this year.
Now, Rob, since you're so anxious to get Alberta out of Canada, where are you going to have that done?
Dude, if you knew how much money Alberta loses in equalization payments, we could have world top-notch education, healthcare, everything. It's where will Quebec get their healthcare system?
Sounds like you should be running for office.
Gee, well, look, how many hundreds of millions of dollars do you think go to Quebec every year?
Lots. Yes, I know. I know.
Do you think? How do you feel about that?
There
Are
isn't
you entitled to it?
there isn't a government in the world that doesn't have great big holes, financial holes. And the money comes pouring in and it goes nowhere. We don't see any benefit of it. If
Do you know that?
if you saw all the construction that is just literally down tools here in Montreal, well, Ian must have caught sight of some of it. These are projects that are halfway done. And then when they are completed, generally there's some fault.
Yeah. You know, Alberta went through a teacher strike last year. And do you know which province in Alberta or Canada has the highest education system in Canada?
Go on. Quebec?
Quebec.
And it's also
So
got the,
Albertans are paying for this wonderful education system that goes on in Quebec.
well, I don't see any major advantage to it. You've got two powerful forces here, Concordia and McGill. And admittedly, McGill is very prominent in law throughout the world.
I'm talking about kindergarten to grade 12.
Yeah, but that's because they're so wrapped tightly in regulations and what they are required to teach and for what purpose
And not teach.
and not teach.
Well, let's be honest. Alberta gives away too much money. I'm sick of it. Since 1957, it's almost $1 trillion.
You must be exhausted from counting it all.
Well, I do a lot of reading. What I'm trying to say is I'm done with it. I was done with it when the first Trudeau was around.
Rob, there's no country in the world that doesn't have difficulty in explaining where the money went.
Well, Singapore has these anti-corruption laws. They came out right away when they gained independence. They said that nobody can run for office unless you have a university degree. They put all these strict enforcements out. And at that time, the Philippines and Singapore are about the same economies. Now the Philippines is a third world banana republic, and Singapore is one of the top economies in the world, and with absolutely zero natural resources.
Well, I look at Dubai, and Dubai is funding an awful lot of research and development. In fact, I would be very interested to find out what percentage of the world's research and development is being funded in Dubai. Everybody that I've spoken to, I lived in Oman for a while. I never made it to Dubai for any extended period. But watch the Middle East, providing they don't go very far to the left or very far to the right.
Dubai has become a hideout for gangsters and organized crime.
Well, that's easy to say.
No, it's true. I saw documentaries on it. And there was some big time Canadian guy that got arrested there. Was one of those that big gold heist in Montreal? Wasn't one of those guys just recently arrested from that? Dubai?
I don't know.
I don't know where he's arrested.
No, he came
No,
back
he
to
was
Canada.
arrested when he came back.
Yeah,
when
but
he
a lot
landed.
of these guys are hiding out in Dubai.
What was he doing?
We don't know somehow he came back to Canada. Stupid enough to think he could. I don't know what he was thinking. But if I stole 400 kilograms of gold, I certainly wouldn't be back in Canada where I stole it.
Especially if you were the inside man and they finally figured out who the inside contact was.
Yeah.
Can't be any dumber than the people that hit the Louvre.
We got to respect those people. That was
You got to respect
Brazen.
the people that hit the
hit
Louvre. You want to respect them? They've all been arrested. They've all been arrested.
No, I know, but I think there's a certain amount of you always respect your enemy. If in combat, if you have a good enemy, you have to learn to respect them, right?
Is this before or after you kill them?
Well,
yes,
they kill somebody. You have to learn to appreciate and respect your enemy. And I think these guys, the fact that they got away with it in such a simple, pure plan, in what had to be one of the most secure museums in the world, is astonishing.
It was one of the most secure museums in the world.
Yeah. I mean, literally break a window, get in and get out. Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Well, it's an interesting hobby you've got there.
Well, you have to appreciate some of the things people do. I mean, yeah.
Okay,
That gold
All
heist
right.
in Montreal.
listen up here.
That's worth a lot of money.
This is the only people that are on this meeting and ever on this meeting. I would like to put it to you, gentlemen. Is there another time and date that you would like to have this meeting?
Didn't you send an email out about that about 2 months ago?
Nobody answers me but you.
Oh,
I
So
have no
I'm just
strong
putting it to you
preferences.
guys because we're the only ones that attend meetings.
what did what was my answer? I don't remember.
Sunday.
What's your answer now? Rob?
Well, I don't know. I put some thought into it, so I don't remember what my answer was.
Sunday.
Sunday? Okay, Sunday evening, yes. After dinner. Because more people are at home.
No,
That was my reasoning.
no, I don't agree. Sunday evenings when I'm busy prepping for the week ahead.
You're at home.
Yeah, of course I am.
Occupied.
No, I'm happy with this. This is so thoroughly ingrained into my brain. The only time that I blew it was I asked Jim, don't we have a meeting last week? And he said, nope, it's the second Wednesday.
All right, so then let's
My
put it to the first Wednesday.
That's true.
my idea was that if there's younger people, they might have families, and families are going to be grounded on Sunday night, right? So when during the week you might take your kids to hockey or baseball or whatever you're doing. That was
And
my
you don't
thing.
on the weekends?
Well, Sunday nights when I was a kid, it was always Walt Disney at 6 o'clock and dinner, and that was it.
Yeah, but that
This
was
is
what, 60 years ago?
2026.
It was 60 years ago.
Back in
But
the mid-Pleistocene.
things haven't really changed.
Well, the only thing I can say is my wife would like it to be earlier. For some reason, she doesn't like me out on the streets by myself at certain times in the evening.
Yeah,
This
that
is
might be a
not
good
that
idea.
part of town.
Are you dark right now?
Definitely.
Oh yeah, 5 o'clock.
You're 2000 right now, right?
Yeah,
2020.
2020. 1920.
Or
1920.
1920,
Yeah,
but we're
Mountain
dark
time.
at 5 something. Sun goes down before 5.
Jim, I'll tell you what, let me get over this current hump and then I will write something for you and you can put it out. Just more or less to say, we often have very interesting, controversial subjects which you might like to participate in. I don't know if recording the meeting is scaring people. Is that a possibility?
I doubt it.
No, I don't think. I think it's just the time and date. I think being an hour earlier would benefit people, even if you just had an hour earlier on Wednesday.
Well,
But I think,
it'll benefit me because it gets me to bed earlier.
yeah.
But for some people, they're still in traffic at 6.
That's a good point.
Well, I don't. I don't know where anywhere in Calgary, you can't be somewhere within 45 minutes unless there's a snowstorm, or a water main break.
Yeah, or any accident.
Come in from Airdrie. I've got a friend who had a job in Airdrie. His commute was definitely not guaranteed to be 45 minutes using a Deerfoot.
Really? Yeah, that Deerfoot to Airdrie can be kind of plugged up, but they've expanded it too, so maybe that'll help.
Yeah, but it's accidents and people being stupid.
Yeah, there was some bad accidents there in December, wasn't there?
But
Wow.
there's a deeper question other than just time and date, because they're simply not responding. If I ask you, what's a more convenient time and date for you, you'll give me an answer. But to just get silence, Jim, did you send that out as maybe a tick box or something? Where
No,
You sent it out on an email.
Email saying, please respond.
And how many people were on that email chain?
The whole post, except for those that don't have an email, which is
So
only
who
a
would that
couple
be?
people.
So if we're looking at 30 plus people. Is that what you're telling me?
More than that.
So out of 30 plus, 40 plus people, only one person replied.
Let me just check and see what our.
I said I've got no strong preference. If I don't have a conflicting meeting or some regularly scheduled activity, like for example, Wednesdays, unfortunately, I now have a conflict. So for a couple of months in a row, I missed that one.
Well, what about Sunday? Sunday night?
Commander, with respect, to tell somebody I don't have a problem with this doesn't really make a selection. What you got to do is pin it down and say, I'll go for Wednesday at 2000 or something like that. But to say I'm not troubled, anything is good for me, it doesn't help.
Not that anything is good for me, it's that an awful lot of times work for me. And if I put a specific time down, that eliminates all the other ones that could also work for me.
Well, do it and see how it flies. At least we've got something to tally and say of the following crowd of 4 people, 5. This is what we came up with, and then narrow it down from there.
I am atypical. I don't have kids. I'm retired. I volunteer more or less twice a week at the military museum, tending towards a late shift. I've got 2 recurring evening conflicts, which I will cut for a Legion meeting. And beyond that, I'm pretty flexible. An awful lot of people do not meet those kind of criteria.
But
Well,
put down,
my problem is that this is also a balloon club meeting night, and I'm trying to get back into the balloon club. I haven't been in it since I've been with this post, and if we can't change the meeting night, then I'm just going to have to say bye-bye.
Okay. Let's throw it out there now. Among the 4 of us, how's Tuesday night work?
Fine.
fine.
Tuesday works for me. I've got no conflicts.
Works for me.
Rob?
I'm in the Philippines. It doesn't matter which day or which time.
No, that's not an answer.
Does Tuesday work for you? Tuesday
Well,
evening.
Tuesday is Wednesday morning, so it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. 1900 Mountain is what time for you?
Well, during winters, that would be 10 a.m. Wednesday. It just doesn't matter.
Okay. So do you want to send an email out saying, how does Tuesday 1900 work for everybody? And are we going to go with the second Tuesday of the month or pick a Tuesday?
There you go. That's a better way to approach it. Throw something out. It's like fishing.
All right,
If you
somebody
don't-
want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll move
I
it.
will
Well,
make an
why don't you
mo-
give? I think you should give them multiple choices. I don't think you just give them one choice is smart.
Well, I think we've got a quorum here.
Yeah,
We've only got
Yeah,
35
but we only
members.
got. You had 3 guys agreed to it. It's like you got 35 members or whatever it is. I think what you should do is throw out 3 choices. I mean, I personally, I don't care.
Okay, choice number
got-
one. Choice number 1 is what we have right now, and that's the second Wednesday. Okay, that's choice number 1.
Sure.
And you can indicate these are offered in no order of preference. The second one could be Tuesday.
A Tuesday. And does anyone have a conflict with a particular Tuesday of the month?
Nope.
Not that I know of.
Okay. And third one, we'll go with Rob and an earlier one. How's 1800 on Sunday? 1800 Mountain Time, whether it's daylight or standard.
Okay. 1800 would be 9 o'clock in the morning for you, Rob.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
1900 is 10 in the morning. Right now it's 10:29 in the morning in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Manila,
I would.
10:29. Yeah.
I was up an hour early on the phone
Got
with,
good memory, don't I?
Now at least you're giving people some scope.
so I got one more question for you before we pick Sunday. Is the Legion open on Sunday nights?
How many of us are at the Legion anyway?
It's two of
But
us
no, but you
today.
got to take that into account. You got to take that into account still, right?
Yeah,
Maybe that was
there is
Sunday was a
the fact if we tell somebody that we meet somewhere, um, we have to have it somewhere that's actually open. I will go upstairs and ask. Back in a minute.
Don't take your hat off.
I know. Cover upstairs.
Aren't you allowed to wear a Legion hat in the place?
No,
Yeah.
Only in our
Only
in
during
our corner.
Stampede.
Stampede.
That's crazy.
no, our Legion's the same. Gotta remove cover.
Only
That's
in
a
the
stupid
United
rule.
States you don't have to. But here,
Anyway, now you've got three things that you can throw out there and see how it goes. The other thing is, Jim, I know that you spend a lot of time researching Legion focused things, items, programs, et cetera. Are there any Legion focused videos that we can broadcast on our system and just say we'll have an information video at our next meeting? Cordially
Yeah.
invited.
yeah,
And I'd go even further, and that is in the interest of camaraderie, extend that invitation to the Royal Canadian Legion.
which Legion? Headquarters?
No, the one that you meet in.
Yeah, 275. Sunday's what?
Okay. They're closed Sunday and Monday and only open till 18 on Saturday.
Okay, well, that's more information.
Thanks for checking that out, Joel.
Yeah, thanks.
Easy enough. So now what would our third alternative be?
I was going to pick Monday, but I guess that's out too.
So you got
Maybe just two
Tuesday.
choices.
For an evening. Now, on weekends, we could pick earlier in the day on Saturday, but an awful lot of people have their weekend activities if they're doing
Yeah.
anything on Saturday. So,
Yeah,
Why don't
but
you
you're not doing
why
this
don't you put
every
out,
Saturday, only once a month.
okay.
why don't you put out four choices, and both will be Tuesday, Wednesday, but you'll give them two times on each day.
But what times? Who's going to come to a meeting during normal work hours or dinner
No,
time?
I'm saying like 1900 hours Tuesday and 1900 hours on Wednesday. Those are four choices. That's what I'm
And
saying.
if we're going to spread it out, we could offer Thursday as a possibility as well.
Just sure you want to do that. Thursday night football, though, impedes that.
I don't follow football, so I don't know. Okay.
You don't follow football?
Nope.
You didn't see the Army-Navy game?
Nope.
Ooh.
I realize I should have, but then I'd be cheering both sides. My father was Navy and I served Army.
And you
Sorry,
should
I've got to Joel, I've got to record this. I'll tell you, it was a very good game.
At the end.
Rather watch a game like that where it's tight than another game where it's 15-2 or something like that.
Mm.
No, I
How
think
many fights were in the stands?
how many what?
Fights were in the stands.
No fights. Those are academy.
No, but the president was there at the very beginning.
The
He doesn't count.
Johnny Andrews graduated from West Point, and he told me most of his demerits were at the Army-Navy game.
That's what year?
He graduated in '84. or 85. I can't remember. I think it was 84.
You see,
He
Johnny?
said he got it. I talked to him. I haven't seen him since he moved to the Philippines. No, but he sort of just stays in Manila. He doesn't go anywhere. I don't know. I haven't figured that out. Imagine moving to a paradise and tropical paradise, and you stay in a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment in downtown Manila for years.
Does seem like a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I invited him down here. I got lots of empty bedrooms. I'm on the ocean. Just he's babysitting.
So did he take his commission in the Navy or the Marine Corps?
Because sorry, he was Army. He graduated West
Oh,
Point.
he was Army. Okay.
Yeah, he was West Point. Yeah.
So he saw the light.
No. You know what? He wanted to join the Marines. I asked him why he didn't join the Marines. He goes, I wanted to, but my dad got a phone call from the senator announcing that had an invitation to West Point. My dad was so excited, I took it.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. You only one person in each state gets a senator appointment.
So what is the transition from Navy to Marine Corps involve at the academy level?
Well, you make your choice after you graduate.
Only after you graduate.
Yeah.
Okay, and presumably you've still got to go through Marine Corps basic training.
I'm not aware of that. I don't know what that situation is. You still have to go through OCS.
No, I'm not talking about OCS. I'm talking about basic combat training.
That's incorrect. I'm incorrect there. He doesn't have to go through OCS. You go through TBS. Do you know what that is?
No.
So TBS is the basic school. It's a 6-month combat infantry course for officers.
No, OCS, literally, your attendance at the academy is OCS.
Is OCS? That's correct.
OCS plus a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I corrected myself. TBS is the basic school, and all officers after military graduation from Naval Academy and OCS, then you go to TBS, which is a combat school for officers.
Okay.
And I think it's 6 months.
Got to look that one up because it escapes logic. When you graduate from the academy, you are commissioned.
No, I'm agreeing with you. So there's 2 schools. So what I'm trying to say, what's different from the Army is at OCS in the Army, you graduate, you go into your units, right?
Yeah.
But in the Marine Corps, when you graduate OCS as an officer, then you go into TBS. It's called the Basic School, and it's a combat infantry school for officers. So if you left the Naval Academy, or if you graduate from the Naval Academy or you graduated from OCS, then your next step would be in the Marine Corps would be TBS.
The reason why I asked the question is that the physical standards for Annapolis very, very different than they are for the Marine Corps.
Yeah, I'm sure they're quite relaxed.
You think they're relaxed?
In the Navy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at Lejeune, I'm not sure where they do their physical training for the Marine Corps, but it's very different as I understand.
Camp Lejeune and Camp Pendleton, but some of the specialty schools that they send them out to Fort Benning. I've done that before.
I'm sorry, you did say Benning?
Fort.
That's Army.
Fort Benning.
Yeah, but that makes sense then. They can learn something there.
There's a jump school there there's a jump school that some of the guys will go to there, right?
At Fort Benning, yes.
Yeah. But I remember I went to sniper school. Sniper school is 3 months, and you had to qualify it was 1 or 2 weeks. I can't remember. of PT training just to get into sniper school in the Marines. So you got like a week or two of whatever it was, 3 weeks, I can't remember, the grueling PT training just to get yourself in sniper school when you were already in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
And I hated sniper school. I just hated it. I knew I wanted to quit the first day I was there, but as an officer, you can't do that, right? So you're stuck.
Why were you in sniper school?
Well, you can sign up for it, right? You volunteer for it.
Yeah, but as an officer?
Yes, you can volunteer for that as an officer, yeah. I just hated it. I knew the first day I was there, I was like, this is not for me.
And you couldn't
it's
change
3 months.
You couldn't change MOS?
Well, my MOS was recon when I graduated.
Right.
But you can.
But I mean, if you hated it that much, you could have got into intelligence or something like that.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, once you sign as an officer, it's easier to quit when you're not an officer. Like I don't know what the Army's like, but in the Marine Corps, if you sign up for OCS and you quit, you never get to come back. Never.
Yeah, we're really talking two different things, because you graduate from West Point, you are commissioned.
No, I'm just talking about the Marine Corps now.
Oh.
But I don't know of anybody that graduated from West Point that went to the Marine Corps. I don't know of anybody like that. Your original question was, is there separation in the Naval Academy towards Navy and Marines? I said, no, you choose when you graduate.
Yeah. Somebody asked me the other day at the Veterans Hospital here how much money I made. And we're talking a very, very long time ago. And I couldn't remember. Turns out I put my life on the line in a U.S. Army helicopter for $159 a month.
You're making more than I was, but I'm only Spec 4 then.
And that was it was $491.54. I looked it up. And of course, time and grade, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I wasn't in long enough to worry about time and grade. They went all the way up to 2 years as the first rank. And then $100 a month flight pay.
Get hostile fire?
No.
Crap. At least in Army Enlisted, we at least got that.
Your exposure was a little bit different.
Your story
reminds me of some Hutterites in eastern Alberta that I dealt with, and Hutterite colonies are all the same. The males get paid $20 a month, the females get paid $20 a month, and the children all get $10 a month. But they get all their food and they get all their clothing and their medical expenses, dental expenses paid for. And that's true till this day. So I was doing a project back in 1999 through this Hutterite colony, and this guy said to me, "How much do you make?" And I wasn't sure what to say to him. I was like, "Oh my God, do I tell him the truth or what?" But I thought I'm going to just tell him the truth because that's the way I've always been. So I told him I make $3,000 a week, plus I got a company vehicle. And these guys got big, and he goes, "I wouldn't trade positions with you for anything." He says, "I got so much security here." And I'm looking at him thinking, "Oh my God, this guy's a complete moron. Like $3,000 a week compared to $20 a month." But that's how they're brainwashed, right?
Yeah. And the other thing is that given today's environment, what used to be a secure military appointment where you could expect to get your 20 or 30, depending on how you behaved, with all the cost cutting that has been effected by the Department of, in quotes, war, you have no idea what effect that has on, I mean, just look at VA. VA cut by 80,000. Is that correct?
No, I heard it was 40,000.
Well, anything with Anything with 3 zeros at the end of it is more than I would allow.
That's a lot.
That's got 4 zeros in it. But
Yeah, I wasn't counting the one before the comma.
I would consider it. That's an extra order of magnitude.
That's also true. That's also true.
I don't know if I shared this with you, but I rode a plane over here, and the guy that sat beside me was an American. I can't remember where he's from, but he worked for the VA office here in Manila for years. And we were talking about all the fraudulent attempts or successful fraudulent claims that go on over mental disability here in the Philippines. And he goes, "Yeah, it's outstanding." I was like, "I know, I can't believe it either." But just about everybody over here is on a fake claim.
Now, give me your thoughts on Greenland.
We've already got a treaty that says basically Denmark almost automatically agrees to anything we think we need to do in there for defense and for development, unless we're going to run roughshod over local rights. It's pretty much the same. The company makes a pitch. We've got the same rights to develop as anybody else would. We come in with a proposal and see if the locals will put up with it. What's to conquer? Why?
My idea is you buy it. I watched a documentary the other day. I watch YouTube documentaries all day long most of the time here. But there was a documentary. There's 56,000 people live in Greenland. 40% of the population leaves. If you graduate from high school, 40% of them leave for opportunities elsewhere. So obviously these people don't have any money. Fishing is the main industry there. They're allowed to hunt seals and whales, even though it's banned by internationally because of where their remote locations. So why don't you just throw $250,000 at each person?
They've already said they don't want to. Every poll that I've heard says basically the residents say fucking no.
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe that. If 56,000 people got offered $500,000 or $1 million,
they don't want to put up with the horse shit that currently occupies domestic and international relations of the United States, for starters.
Well, you're gonna question how smart those people are. If 40% of your young people leave after high school, there's a big problem there.
I question that figure 40%. You might be right, you might not be right.
Well, there's no economy there. You can't grow anything. You can't. There's no farming. There's no mining.
Tech industries don't depend on farming. There might be another way to get around that, and tech is going to become increasingly dependent on electricity supply. In fact, that's one of the major challenges that AI has right now. There's just not enough power being generated. The other thing is there are cultural differences. Rob, I've lived most of my life outside the United States. I can tell you there are very sharp cultural divisions between American culture and European culture. And the Greenlanders, all 56,000 of them, speak Danish. I'm sorry.
Or whatever the local dialect name is, but it's very similar to Canadian Inuktitut.
Yeah. And I suspect that culturally, it's got to be a lot like living in Alaska. Alaskans are, it's mighty cold up there. I think the figure that I saw the other day, they went down to minus 55. But Alaskans take a great deal of pride in being Alaskan.
Yeah, but they have good jobs in Alaska.
I don't know.
There's a lot of oil money there. One of my cousins, he left Montana. He's a chiropractor, and he went to work at the hospital in Anchorage. He's been there for 15 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of economy. There's a rich economy there.
Can I tell you this?
I like the cartoon that said that they should name it Iceland, and that'd keep Trump away.
Wouldn't slow him up if he thought there was $1 in it.
I have never been. Oh, and you're still recording, so I'm not going to say what I was about to say.
Wait a minute.
We'll go in camera.